Well, a bombshell fact may have come out while we were on break.
So turning your attention to May 25th of 2020, you were the driver of the ambulance that day, correct? Or for this call, I should say.
For that call, yes.
And after all of this, you would agree that you have met with law enforcement officers during the course of the investigation of this case?
Yes.
And you have made statements, and you know those statements were recorded?
Yes.
And do you know that, have you had an opportunity to review a transcript of your statement prior to today's testimony?
Yes.
Okay. You've also met with the prosecution team a couple of times, is that correct?
Yes.
In preparation, including as late as last night, correct?
Yes.
And you kind of just talked about what your testimony was going to be today, right?
Yes.
All right. So on May 25th, when you arrived, you testified that you saw sort of a crowd standing out around the police officers, correct?
Yes.
And when you arrived, the ambulance actually pulled ahead of where Mr. Floyd and the officers were located, correct?
Yes.
And that would be for ease of loading him into the ambulance, correct?
Yes.
So that basically the back of the ambulance would be in line with Mr. Floyd's and Mr. Floyd to kind of get him into the ambulance, right?
Yes.
All right. And so when you got out of the ambulance and you walked back towards the office, you would have had to walk back towards the officers, correct?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, yes. I don't know which side of the ambulance I walked back on, but yes.
Well, if you're the driver, you would have gotten out of the driver's side and walked along the driver's side of the car.
Doesn't necessarily mean I walked down that side, back to the back of the ambulance, but
Okay. You may have gone around the front.
I may have gone around. Yeah.
Okay. Do you recall describing to agents the position that you saw Mr. Floyd in at that time?
I can't. Yes, I remember talking about it.
You remember talking about it?
Yes.
And what did you tell the agents about how you observed Mr. Floyd's body position to be?
I can't remember exact details. I remember he was on the ground and he had handcuffs in place.
Okay. Do you remember saying that he was primarily on his left side?
I think I did say that, yes.
Okay. And is that what you recall today?
He wasn't. I don't remember if I clarified that at all. To me, it seemed like he was leaned to his left. Is kind of I think what I tried to say.
So he was kind of leaned to his left, and I think you said he was sort of rolled forward onto his stomach a little bit.
Yes.
Would you dispute me if I say that's what the transcript refers to?
No.
Okay. All right. And so you and your partner decided to do what's called a load and go, right?
To get into the ambulance, yes.
Right. And to leave.
To move, we didn't leave. We moved to a different location, yes.
Right. And that was out of concern because of the people that were around, right? And the general atmosphere at the scene at that point.
Yes. That was a part of it, yes.